Derek Samuel has been missing more than 20 days. He vanished April 29th.
I'm Derek's mom.
Nashay Samuel says her daughter, Derek's twin sister, felt something was wrong.
She was like, Mom, I haven't spoke to Derek. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean you haven't spoke to him?
Which Nashay says is unlike him.
After the 20-year-old's body was found today. His family confirms he was found in the woods in East Point off of Red Wine Road. Channel 2's Aaron Rogers joins us live from the nearby apartment complex tonight. And Aaron, police actually searched that same area weeks ago.
Rain, heat, it's a lot that goes through a body.
So this man just used the rain and heat as an excuse of why there was two separate remains, one over here and one over here. Do me a favor, you guys tell me a case. Tell me a case, any case that you could think of right now where the weather caused a body to be found in two different locations. So there is a very interesting case going on right now out of Atlanta. I've watched this case for the past, I want to say maybe 2 weeks, possibly 3 weeks. Never had time to report on the situation because I was busy reporting on other cases. But this case has so many twists and so many turns in it. Okay. And by the end of the video, you are probably going to be wondering yourself, what is going on? Who did it? What did what? Who did who? It's all kind of things going on. Stay tuned. Fugitive TV. Welcome to Fugitive TV. I am your host, Ray Marcel. Here we take a look at cases of missing individuals, true crime, unsolved crime, any case that needs a deeper dive or a different perspective. I was once a fugitive on the run from the law myself. I ran what it seems like forever, 15 years. I lived in different countries, assumed different names. I ended up turning myself in. Now I have multiple businesses. I have this YouTube channel. I help family members locate missing individuals, and I do deep dives on crime and give you a different perspective on everything. Well, there is a case out of Atlanta, like I said in the beginning of this video. Derek Samuels. Derek Samuels, 20 years old, okay? And pay attention to this one, okay? This one might get a little confusing. So you might have to rewind some parts because there's so many people involved with this, okay? But let me break it down for you just quickly. Then we're going to get into the details. Derek Samuels originally went missing from a Target, guys, a Target shopping center. 22 years old. He was last seen at a Target, all right? Last seen alive. After that, you had people going online, TikTok, saying that he's dead, he's died. Some people saying he was alive still, that he owes some people money. Some people threatened to do things to him. All kind of things going on. Well, if you guys have been following this, you know that his body was just recently found, okay? Now, it was found pretty much right by the Target. I'm going to show you guys where his body was found out and where he went missing from. But it was found pretty much right by the Target a month later. And we're going to go over the press conference, okay, that came out the other day. And some things that the police say during this press conference, I don't think they're telling the whole truth. I don't think they are. And when you hear this press conference, you're probably going to be thinking the same thing. So I'm wondering if these police are playing chess or playing checkers. All right. So I'm going to break this down to you guys the best way I can and also the fastest way I can. All right. Derek Samuel. Now, like I say, he originally went missing April 29th. He went to a Target store at Camp Creek Marketplace in East Point. East Point is a suburb outside of Atlanta. Now, he was there with two friends. He separates from them and walks away from the area alone. Now, surveillance footage captures him walking near Commerce Drive and Redwood Road. This is the last time he is seen live. Now, let me give you a little backstory before this happened, because there's a backstory to this which could possibly be very important, okay? Derek at one point was renting his car out, which was a Tesla. He rented it out allegedly to a guy named Baba. They call him Baba. Now, there's a lot of nicknames going on here, okay? No real names, nicknames, but rented it out to a guy named Baba. Baba returned the Tesla back. When Baba returned the Tesla back, the Tesla had a lot of damage all over it, okay? Damage all over it. And Derek wanted money, of course, for the damage. All right, so this guy Baba now owes Derek money for this Tesla because he damaged it, okay? And there's video of them arguing all over TikTok. I was going to show you guys the video, but I would have to go through the video and edit so much language out that it would take up a lot of time. Now, after that, two other people contact Derek to rent his Tesla out. Now, these two people are associated with Baba, and Baba is the one who owes him money. So Derek, what he starts talking about with a friend of his is, hey, I should charge these two individuals $500 because I guess that's what Baba owed him was $500. I should charge these two individuals $500 and not give them the car. I should do this because this is Baba's friend and friends that are trying to rent my car, and Baba owes me money. So allegedly, he ends up taking, I don't know if this is true, but allegedly he ends up taking the $500 from these two, never gives up his car to them. All right. So a little bit after that, Derek is, I guess, living in an Airbnb with some roommates. Now, from what I heard, Derek paid his portion of the rent, but the roommates didn't pay their portion. So everybody had to leave and got evicted. All right. So he had to gather all these things out this apartment. Now, later on, like how I told you that he was last seen at a Target. Now, he was not by himself. He was actually with two friends. Okay. Two friends. And apparently when he left the car, and here's where it gets murky and gets tricky. He only had his phone and had a weapon on him, okay? A pistol or some sort, a weapon on him. And went into Target and I guess allegedly was going to meet somebody, but he left the rest of his stuff in the car. Now, there's reports of him leaving stuff in the car and there's some reports of him not leaving the car. This case went all over social media. It was hard to dissect what was true from what was fake. Very hard, okay? I would be here for hours telling you everything that's going on. Now, some people were saying the reason why he had a weapon on him is because he was meeting somebody to sell the firearm. I don't know if this is true. I'm just telling you what I saw. So some people were saying that he was meeting somebody to sell his firearm. Now, he told the two friends that he was with, hey, you guys can drive off. You know, I guess I'll talk to you later. That was the last time he was seen. Very last time, okay? And now there is surveillance footage of Derek walking, you know, after that, after his friends left. Now this right here is footage of him, I guess, getting evicted from the place or got evicted, and he's last seen with his two friends, the two friends that took him to Target. Now, at the same time Derek is at Target, another guy shows up to the Target by the name of Quan. Now, I guess there's a Tesla supercharger there. Quan is charging his Tesla there. And him and Derek apparently know each other. Now, rumors online start circulating that maybe Quan did something to Derek. Now, remember, people were saying that Derek was meeting up with somebody to either sell his firearm or trade his firearm or, you know, things like that. We don't know if it's true, but that's what people are saying. Some people are saying that Derek showed up there to meet with Quan to maybe sell with Quan or trade with Quan. and maybe something went wrong and Quan did something to him.
Like this shit.
It doesn't show you getting in your car.
Nah, it don't. Wait, let me see. I gotta find. Wait, probably when I pulled the door.
At the.
Yeah, there's me at the Target station. Like it's like this shit.
It doesn't show you getting in your car.
So Quan goes on a live, actually a TikTok live, and he's talking with an individual. I believe his name is I believe it's pronounced Messy Mav or Messy Maj. So he's talking with him. This guy Messy is actually interviewing. He goes through and interviews all the friends. Okay. Now he interviews this guy, Quan. Quan is, as you saw the video, he's claiming that, you know, he can't find the Tesla video of him getting in the car at the same time. Tesla, I have one in my parking lot. You can, the camera can show you getting inside the car. Okay. It will show you getting inside the car. It shows almost everything. All right. There's even a camera inside of the Tesla. All right. So it shows everything. So he's claiming that he doesn't know, whatever. Now, at the same time, there is somebody puts out a video of a conversation that Quan could be responsible.
I called Dan's brother, which is my cousin too, the one I actually talked to. I called him, I said, let me tell you about all that's going on. So we talked. I was like, he said simply, that makes sense. Quan and Brett met up with each other to trade guns. He tried to take Rick's gun, and Rick wasn't going. And then, Quan accidentally shot Rick, and he hid the body somewhere. That's exactly what we just said. And everybody, that just makes sense.
That's what y'all thinking?
Yeah, that just makes sense.
It do, but like, no. When did this man get shot?
He said they left out the parking lot.
Huh?
It was too much camera, so they left.
But I'm saying, like, bro would have to get shot. Like, somebody hit his man getting shot. You don't think targeted was?
It was accident. He said it was accidental. No, he didn't mean to, but it was accidental. So he didn't want nobody to know. He hit the body somewhere.
No, I'm saying if it's an accident or a real thing, you gonna hear a gun go off.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said. I said, you know what you're talking about, because he would hear it, but he said they moved locations. So when the camera footage come out and you see him leave with whoever he left with, then that's when you can say Quan did it.
So you think it was an accident? This allegedly?
Yes, allegedly. I don't know if it's true. That's just what I was told. This is allegedly.
None of that stuff.
Hey, Mariah, pay attention.
Okay, but yeah,
Mariah,
okay.
I don't think y'all should have touched. I don't think y'all should have touched none of the stuff that could have.
I'm not gonna lie, we had to go through the stuff because we wasn't sure if it was a random homeless person or his stuff, but we know that he had a black book bag in the cover. We see his black book bag in the cover. We opened the book bag. It's a cookie book bag, like from a smoke shop.
Bro,
So
no, I think I need an apology from everybody though.
He hid it in the woods.
Basically,
he hiding it from y'all. Y'all stop.
Yeah,
I think the apologies can wait. I think y'all need to actually find
y'all
your
need to
friend
wait
first
until
before
he's
any
found.
apology.
To be honest, I don't feel
I
like.
understand that a lot of pointing the fingers was given. I mean, pointing, but y'all need to actually find him because y'all don't know where he's going.
We're not putting them pills back. I don't care.
Hey,
we're not letting the retake no pills.
Mariah, go to the police.
Stop.
But we got the most information on him, though. That's what I'm saying. We have the most information, y'all. And I have videos of everything, all the stuff, his socks.
Send it to his sister.
But send me her at Dean. To be honest, I don't think he's struggling. I really think he's on drugs. I don't think he's struggling because he has hella food. He has water. All he has is clothes, his cover. He has everything he needs, but I don't think he wants to be found.
So she's describing about going in the woods and he has everything and she thinks he doesn't want to be found or discovered. Okay. Another person even goes online and they said they saw Derek under a bridge and people are like, yes, he's alive and things like that. Hold on 1 minute. Some people came out after these videos saying that she was lying, that maybe Quan or somebody else paid her to say these things to throw people off, to make people think that he's alive. So some people came out saying that, all right? Now, she did recently go back on a platform and just listen to what she's saying now.
I never said that.
When you were
I got
searching for a dead body.
I got a clip of me saying I never seen him. I never seen him.
All right. So why everybody, Mr. Scrutiny, said that you said you seen the person?
It's the internet. That's what they're gonna do. But if you sat there and watched the live, you would have seen. I said I never seen him. I'm going off what people saying. I also said when I went down to search down there under the bridge where the lady sent me, it was a homeless man out there. It was a boy, actually, a homeless boy. Yeah. And he was like, he seen Derek at 9 a.m. that morning leaving on a bike.
So then she goes back online and she's saying that she never said that I guess apparently maybe she went down there and saw the stuff. And then I guess maybe she thought he was fine and was hiding away from people just by seeing the stuff. I don't know. Your guess is good as mine. You can tell me what you think about that whole situation. Well, during this whole time, you have his friends, the ones that he was with, they're going on TikTok talking about they're not involved in anything. Even after they're online saying rest in peace and love and memory. You have one guy going on live saying that, hey, even though Derek owed us this money, that we didn't do anything to him. It's just all kind of drama going on. You really don't know what to believe. You don't know who was involved. You don't know anything.
Understand what I'm saying? If if they had something to do with it and they all knew of the situation, why would Baba say in a group chat we found in the woods? Y'all can't just point fingers now.
Exactly.
That's
we was confused. That's why we said. That's why we was like, that's karma. That's why everybody was saying that was. That's why somebody in the group chat said that's karma, because we didn't know.
But he said it was Baba that said that it was karma.
Exactly. No, Baba didn't say that was karma. That was somebody else. But Baba came to the group chat and was like, "Oh, they found them," and we was like, "What happened?"
No, he said that Tony said that it was karma.
Yeah, because he ran off with our money. He ran off with my money and Tony money.
Somebody come scoop me. #Biggs. They said that they found the wreck nigga in the woods. Oh, okay. So no, he did say that they said that they found that wreck nigga in the woods.
Okay, but look, if we got wait, hold on. Where does it say? Where does it say Baba found the body though? What does it say Baba found the body?
To be honest,
that's what I want to know.
That you found.
What does it say Baba found the body in the woods?
If we
that's what I want to know.
so-called did it, why would somebody in the group chat say he dead? ?
I don't care about it. It's materialistic. But so me and Dean, I get out the car in the rain and I help Dean put red stuff in his car. I put all his belongings in his car, all of it. So Rick still didn't seem to really care about his stuff. He only just wanted that gun.
When was this?
This was the day we got evicted, I believe, April 26th or 28th, one of them.
So earlier you said that you don't remember if it was the same day he had went missing.
No. The same day we got evicted was not the same day he went missing, because that's not the same day they went to Target. They went to Target like some whole days after that, like April 29th or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
So as you see and hear in that video, they're talking about how he was found in the woods, or he was in the woods. Now, this is before they actually found his body. Keep this in mind. All this talking is before they found his body. This talking is going on while he is still missing. People are in group chats talking about they found him in the woods, that it's karma, he owed money, that the Quan could have had done something. There's all kind of things going on, all right? So let's fast forward to right now. I'm going to show you exactly where they found him at and where he went missing from, because this can play a key part. All right, so this is an overview of the area, okay? So let me zoom in so you can see. This right here is the target, all right? So that's the target. Let's drop the little man so you can see. So this right here is the Target store. And as you see, there's cameras. There's even some cameras here in the parking lot. All right. And then not only that, in this parking lot, I guess there's some Tesla chargers too. So let's get out of here and go back to the overhead view. So here's the overhead view. Now you see this Target, look how big this parking lot is, and look at all these stores. This area is highly populated. A lot of people coming in and out. You have Olive Garden, Red Lobster. You have restaurants here, Chipotle. We know Chipotle is always busy. We all know Chipotle is always busy, all right? So you have all these restaurants here. Okay. Now the name of this place is called Camp Creek Marketplace. Camp Creek Marketplace. All right. Now, see the street right here? Red Wine. Red Wine is where he was allegedly last seen. Okay. On this road. Entering here, Red Wine Creek Apartments. So let's get back out to the aerial view so I can show you. So he walked out of the Target. Now, I don't know if he went through these little, you can see there's little walking trails back here. You can see these little trails. So I don't know if he walked through these trails to the apartments, but that's what I'm thinking he did. Okay. So you have the apartments, but behind the apartments, you have all these woods. See all these woods right here? You have all of these woods, okay, in this apartments. Now, allegedly, this is where they found him.
News conference.
Target, we see him at several stores. From there, he walked across the street to an adjacent apartment complex. The apartment complex is gated. A vehicle entered, and he walked behind the vehicle into the apartment complex. Our detectives went door to door to every apartment in that complex to see did they know Mr. Samuel. We tracked his cell phone. The cell phone record showed triangulation in the woods behind the apartment complex. On the 16th of May, we went to the woods in that area. Our detectives walked about 4 miles.
Now remember, they said the 16th they went into those woods after they saw that's where his cell phone pinged at. All right. Now keep in mind, he went missing 2 weeks and some change before that. So they're just now starting to search the woods that I showed you that are literally right behind the Target. So it took them 2 weeks to start searching that area. That is literally right behind the Target. When Nancy Guthrie went missing, they started searching the same day right away, if I remember correctly. But anyway, let's keep going.
Trying to find anything, cell phones, Mr. Samuels, anything that could assist us in this investigation. We were met with negative results. We received thousands of tips which we had to follow. On the 18th of May, we went to Lithonia to a lake, and also with the assistance of the Cobb County Helicopter Unit, we searched the lake and met with negative results. On the 31st of May, due to the weather, we had to have a delay. We went back to the same locations earlier behind the apartment complex. After about 3 hours of searching, we were able to find some human remains. At that point, we were not sure who that individual was.
Now, here's where it gets a little like head scratcher. Realize what he just said. He said some human remains. Okay?
Some human remains. At that point, we were not sure who that individual was. We went back out there the following day on June 1st. We went back out there we was able to find additional human remains, as well as Mr. Samuel's cell phone, a handgun, as well as a shell casing.
So you guys heard that. One day they find some human remains. They go out there the next day to look some more. Then they find the rest of the human remains with a cell phone, a handgun, and a shell casing. Meaning they had to go back because the first human remains they found obviously was not a complete body. So we don't know if they found a hand, a finger, an ear. We don't know. But whatever it wasn't a complete body to let them know who exactly it was. So they went back out and found the rest of the body with a handgun and shell casing.
Based on facts of the case, at this point, we do not suspect any foul play.
You guys heard that. Just in case you didn't hear this, let's rewind it. Just in case you didn't hear it.
At this point, we do not suspect any foul play.
So, they found human remains in two separate places, guys. Two separate places. There is human remains at the first location for the first day they're looking. It's not enough to see who it is. I would love to know exactly what was found the first day. So let's go back out the next day and see if we can find the rest of him or the body. They find the rest of the body, the weapon, and one shell casing. So I'm pretty sure you're scratching your head. How? And they said they expect no foul play. How could a person, if they were to do this to themselves, fire one time, unalive themselves, and I guess maybe leave some human remains over here, leave a part of your body over here, and then walk up over here? Yeah.
At this point, we do not suspect any foul play. I know there have been thousands of rumors and speculations on social media, but we have facts that are not known to social media. And based on our facts, we do not at this point suspect any foul play. Detective Mashad, along with other detectives work this case. Lieutenant Mashad is here. He is here to take questions. And I just want to thank everyone for their prayers. I ask you to pray for the family. I'd like to thank the Georgia Emergency.
Now, at this point, because I saw this press conference before, the reporters, you can tell they are not buying what the police are saying. They are not buying what the police are saying. The reporters are actually doing their job and giving them some tough questions.
The rescue team, as well as the Central Georgia rescue team as well, for assisting us in locating the remains. Positively identified them as Mr. Samuel, but based on clothing and things of this nature, we strongly believe it's going to be the remains of Mr. Samuel. Lieutenant Bashard will be here to take any additional questions.
What part did the Georgia Emergency Search and Rescue team play in this? Did they find the remains, or did your police department find the remains?
So I'm Lieutenant Mashad with East Point Police over CID. So the Georgia Emergency Search and Rescue team, they assisted us on May 31st. So we were working together with them. We had teams out with them, detective that was with their team. So it was a collab effort between them and us, and we appreciate them.
If he was found not too far from where I guess his cell phone pinged, why weren't dogs taken out right after he came up missing to search that area, or were they?
So we went out on May 16th, and that was based on information that was received from his pings. As you know, we had to wait until the weather was conducive to do the search, and then we did it on the 18th.
Now, the weather apparently was bad when they first went out there. Rain, things like that. So I guess they couldn't heavily go into the woods. And a lot of people are mad thinking that the police took too long in the first place to even go out there and start searching. Because like I said, he was already missing 2 weeks prior before they even went. And I showed you where he was found at. He was found literally right behind where he went missing from.
Correction, on the 16th and then again on the 31st.
Detective, prior to Derek being found, there were already rumors on social media from some of his alleged friends saying that he was dead. Did you guys interview those people, and how were you able to determine how they knew that beforehand?
Yeah, so we've interviewed multiple people in this case, and what happened was social media took over this case, and there was a lot of narratives that were being put out of people by people that were either trolling or didn't know anything about what was going on.
Now, that part right there, that is true. Because I told you guys in the beginning of this video, it was hard to tell what was true, what was a lie, who's trolling, who's just trying to put information out there for clickbait, okay? It was so many videos out there. I've been looking at videos for about maybe the last 3 days, 2.5 days or something, just to see, pick up on what I can report on or what I should report on and what was just far-fetched.
What message do you give to the family? They just don't believe that, Derek would have harmed himself.
So I can say that though we're at this point right now, we still have a lot of digital search warrants that are out there, a lot of digital information to come back. So, pending any contrary information, we still have information that's coming into us.
Do you think there's a need to take a look at your protocol, your procedures? If I was a family member and the body was found 32 days after he went missing and was found near where his cell phone last pinged, do you think that there's a need to take a look at your procedures?
And that's why these reporters asking the questions like this, because like I said, it's been controversy. It's still controversy right now over what took them so long to start looking. If they knew the cell phone pinged in the woods, what took them so long then? So it's a bunch of that going on right now.
That's a very good question. A lot of people want to answer that question. But here's the reality. Once we received information, we walked 4 miles in those woods. We talk about a heavily dense area with vegetation. It was very difficult to find the remains we found. The first time we went out, we had 5 cadaver dogs. 5. We was out there 6 hours. We walked over 4 miles. We did not locate him. We went out there again with the additional assistance of additional cadaver dogs. So I don't think it's a procedural issue. I just think based on where he was located, he was very difficult to find. I'm not going to go into details about the remains, but it was very difficult to locate who we believe to be Mr. Samuels. Very difficult.
Dogs that hit on the remains, were they dogs from the police department or from that search and rescue team?
We had 2 different search and rescue teams, and those dogs, they are specialized in locating cadavers.
Of the search and rescue team?
Yeah, of the search and rescue team, yes.
Now, Chief, Derek went missing or was reported missing on April 30th, but your office didn't send out an alert until May 11th. Why was there that delay in getting out this missing person report?
So based on the circumstances we knew at the time, immediately we sent out our search warrants for the cell phones. We put an extended circumstance request. Normally that happens in a couple of days. It took over a week to get those things back. So we're trying to figure out what took so long for us to get those returns back from the cell phone provider. And that was a huge delay. And that caused a huge delay. Also, we had people saying they saw him. We had several people, even after the 16th and 17th, I think his girlfriend was on social media saying she talked to him that morning. So we had a lot of speculation of people saying they noticed him, they saw him. We went and interviewed people. We got information from Cobb County saying he was at a laundromat. We went to a laundromat. It was not him. So we received a lot of conflicting information.
Now, here's the thing. The missing report was filed, I believe it was April 29th, I believe was what it was, April 29th. I know it was the end of April. She just said that the missing report didn't go out until May 11th. Almost 2 weeks later, the missing report goes out, May 11th. Okay. He said that, yes, it took like a week for them to get everything back, which should have been faster, and they're working on it now. So they don't know what took so long or anything like that. So this is the uproar of why some people are upset over this. And some people are saying that if they went out there sooner and started looking, then possibly he could have been found before, or maybe he could have been saved. We don't know. But this is what some people are saying. And then as you see, he's talking about how the girl, which I showed you, went online and starts talking about, yeah, we saw him in the woods with the backpack and we saw him here. And yeah, there was other videos of people saying we saw him. One video, one person even said I spoke to him. So it was a lot of that going on. So he is telling the truth, okay, when it comes to that. But still, even if they saw him, which wasn't until he even said it on here, the 16th, May 17th, okay? They knew he was missing the 29th. His cell phone pings came back May 11th, which is 5-6 days before the 16th and 17th. Why weren't they out there in the woods if they got the wood ping? They didn't go out there to the 16th, 17th.
So you didn't think he was missing? That's why you didn't put out an alert?
Well, we did put out an alert. So we thought, well, we knew he was missing. What we did not know was where he was.
And Chief, I know that hindsight is 20/20, but are there things that you wish you had done differently now that you know what you know?
So I can't go into a lot of details of the actual case, but what I would tell you is they did everything correctly. It may not appear that way looking from the outside because it took so long for us to find him. But remember, we immediately went door to door in that apartment complex. We had already previously searched those woods as well. We just didn't have any cadaver dogs. Once we got the triangulation for the cell phone.
Now, see, that's 2 times that I'm showing you guys. I showed you a video earlier that said they searched those woods. Okay, so he's saying those woods were searched. Now, the girl even went online and said, hey, we were deep back in the woods or whatever it is. Now, they could have not, just because they're back there. I showed you how deep those woods are. They probably didn't stumble upon it, but I told you there's some reports people are saying that the area they searched, he was not there.
We searched that entire area. We walked 4 miles in the woods looking for that information. It just did not show. So it wasn't as if we sat on our hands. That is not the case. We were searching lakes. We was following leads. We was using a different search and rescue team. We did so many things to this case. A lot of people just don't know because we didn't announce it on social media what we were doing.
Did you request that team, that rescue team?
It was a combination. The first rescue team we requested, the family also requested a different rescue team. Matter of fact, they're here. They even contacted me about it as well. And so we just got together and collaborated and worked together on this. And our detectives was also with the rescue team when we were out there. We had multiple police officers searching those woods. And like I said, I want to make it clear. We're talking about a heavily wooded area. Heavily wooded. It's not like what you see out here. So it was, the terrain was very difficult to maneuver. It was a very difficult case.
How come there's this distance between people saying that it's not proven to solve them between humanity? Why do you see that? Why are people going how this case led to this sort of difference between the online and actuality? Why do you see that? How come that was there?
Well, people believe that they actually saw him based on how he looked, but it wasn't him.
How come talking on the phone, though?
I'm sorry?
Did you say she spoke with him or she texted him?
Well, I'm not sure why she said those things. I mean, you have to realize people are not always genuine, you know?
She's talking about the girl that I told you about. Apparently got his pills out the backpack. That's who he's speaking on right now.
And some people want attention, things of this nature.
Quick question. Could you just I know a lot of people are going to be wanting to know this. Could you just clarify one more time what pointed towards no foul play?
So, based on information we're not ready to release, we had other people contact us, other family members contact us. What we do know definitively is he had a weapon on him when he was at the marketplace, and we believe it's the same weapon that was located, and right now we don't suspect any foul play.
Did the body sustain a gunshot? Did you say that?
We didn't disclose that information.
Okay. Are you thinking that this may have been a suicide? Have you ruled suicide out?
We have not ruled suicide out, but I can assure you right now we don't see any foul play.
So, did that make sense to you guys? They said it was no foul play, but they didn't rule self-unaliving out. They're not saying it's self-unaliving. They just didn't rule it out yet. So did he fall on a rock and then accidentally, with the weapon, and accidentally hit himself? This is the part where it gets confusing, especially with the two separate remains. Now, somebody is actually going to question him about that.
Chief, so you say you guys found remains on Sunday and then you found more remains on Monday?
Correct.
Is that, I think, people watching will wonder, well, how, is it not foul play if two separate remains were?
Let me say this. This was a heavily wooded area. Something that delayed the search is what Lieutenant Michal's alluded to was the weather. So it rained multiple days. I think one day we had a 7-day rain streak, so we could not use the cadaver dogs during that time. He was out there approximately almost 30 days. Rain, heat. It's a lot that goes through a body.
So this man just used the rain and heat as an excuse of why there was two separate remains, one over here and one over here. Do me a favor. You guys tell me a case. Tell me a case, any case that you could think of right now where the weather caused a body to be found in two different locations. What happened? Oh, what happened to her? It rained too hard, separated the shoulder from the limb. Find me one case.
Body during those times. So I don't want to go into decomposition, but I think you understand what I'm saying.
He could have at least said an animal. I could see if he said an animal. That would make sense. An animal came along, maybe bit something off, whatever. I could see that part. This man said rain. I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying that.
Chief, one last question. You've mentioned multiple times how social media has perhaps hindered this investigation, but we know that police departments all across the country use social media as a tool in their investigations as well.
Now, that's pretty much the end of the press conference. Now, some people will wonder, like, hey, why would social media interfere with, an investigation, or how could it help with an investigation? Because police, when something happens and they're trying to get clues, sometimes they will go on social media and they will watch what everybody's saying, what everybody's typing. If anybody tells on themselves, they will watch that stuff. Trust me, you got internet police. This is what you're called, the internet police. They will go on your Facebook, your Instagrams and everything and just watch and see if you tell on yourself. Now, I don't know about you guys and how you feel about that press conference. Think about everything I just told you. Then they find him in those woods. Reportedly, that was searched already. We don't know how extent it was. But then when they find him, he's in two separate places. There's a weapon, the same one he had. The police confirmed that he did have that weapon. So if he did have that weapon, was he really going to go meet somebody to sell or trade it like some people were saying? Is that what the guy there in the Tesla was there for? I don't know. I'm just asking. Now, they found one bullet casing, but they're not saying that he did it himself. They're not saying it's a self-unaliving, a SUCIDE. Hopefully I spelled that right. They're not saying that it's that. They said we didn't rule it out. So not only, like I say, he's walking and he trips over a rock and fires himself, but still, how did his body end up in two separate places? They said the rain and the heat. I don't know. Now, I will tell you there's some things that he did say that I think some people didn't pay attention to. The one thing he did say that made my ear go, oh, he said that they're still waiting, okay, on digital evidence. They have warrants out digitally. digitally. When he said they interviewed the friends, they interviewed people, he talked about the digital evidence and warrants right after that, meaning they have warrants out on all these videos I showed you, all these friends. They probably have warrants out, or I should say probably subpoenaed, okay, their cell phone records. They probably tapped in to their cell phones and listening to all their conversations and all their texts. And if I explain this in a couple other videos I've done, when you hear about wiretaps and things like that, back in the day, it used to be an actual wire. Somebody wear a wire, they wire your phone, whatever it is. It's not like that no more. Now it's not a wire. What will happen nowadays is, say you're talking on your phone or you're texting somebody. You text somebody, okay? Your phone connects to the tower. So the text goes to the tower, pretty much the tower's T-Mobile or Verizon. Then it goes to the next person, the person you're texting to, like the phone call. Well, what law enforcement will do is they'll become the new middleman in between the cell phone and the tower. So you text somebody. Now it goes, let's say, to law enforcement's, their computer data, now the tower, and now to the next cell phone that needs to receive the text. But they have to subpoena to do that, which sometimes can take a while. So I'm wondering, and the reason how he said that they're not going to rule out unaliving himself, which was weird. So I'm wondering this, did the police hold this press conference and say this to make people think that Derek did it himself, so people can continue to go online and now act like, oh, we're free? Yes, it worked. It worked. It worked. It all worked. Because you had so much stuff being talked to on the internet. So I'm wondering if these police are just being really smart right now because they know they're playing with kids, which most of these kids we all know are dumb. Think about it. They are dumb. The stuff that I showed you earlier, dumb. So I'm wondering if they did this press conference to make them feel at ease. Like, oh, they're not looking for me. Yeah. Guess what? Guess what? We got away with it. Oh, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Do you think Derek actually did this to himself? And if he did, how did his remains end up in two separate locations? Was it really the rain and heat? He would have to be there for a long time, you would think. Do you think they should have searched earlier? And if they searched earlier, do you think he would still be alive? Or do you think he got set up? Do you think these so-called friends did it to him? Or somebody associated with these so-called friends, or even the people that he owed the money to? You guys let me know. What do you think? Like I said, this story is very interesting, and I'm waiting for it all to come back and come down, and I'm definitely going to tell you guys. All right. Please like and subscribe. Comment below everything you think about this case, or at least comment below the city, the state you are watching this from. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, especially if you support this channel. It helps me grow. I am trying to get to 30,000 subscribers at least by the end of the summer, guys, beginning of the fall. Let's help me out here. We've reached 25,000 subscribers in the past year. I'm one of the fastest growing true crime channels on the YouTube network, internet, website, whatever you want to call it. Please join a membership that helps support the channel. Until next time, take care of one another, love one another, look out at your surroundings, watch your surroundings. And by the way, go to Facebook and join Fugitive TV. Fugitive TV officially has a Facebook page now, so please go join it. You can post links to news, cases. You can send informational cases. You can do whatever you want right there. This page is for you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. Until next time, this is Fugitive TV, and I'm out.